Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, Tina and I are going to be canning up our carrot cake jam. Now, we're going to give you a recipe for carrot cake jam, but we're also going to tell you how we did it. So if you hang on after the break, I'll explain that a little better. Alright guys, like I said, today we're going to be making our carrot cake jam, and we're going to give you the standard recipe for a carrot cake jam, but we're also going to triple that recipe and add a few twists to it. So what I've done is, in the footage I've explained some of it, but in the description of this video I'm going to list both the recipe for a standard carrot cake jam, and then I'm going to type out a complete another recipe that has our changes to it. So let's get into the footage. This is our favorite jam to make, so we're excited to share it with you. Let's take a look. Alright guys, we're getting ready to start on this carrot cake jam. I thought I'd give you a look at some of the ingredients, but a lot of you have enjoyed being able to screenshot Tina's recipe cards out of her secret recipe box, so I'll scan down here, see if I can get you a clear shot of it to screen capture. Alright. And we'll take a look back here while I flip it over, and I'll show you the back of it. Then you'll have all the directions you need if you can screen capture them. Alright guys, as part of this recipe we've got a lot of prep work to do, so we're going to go ahead and get these pears and carrots peeled up and grated and chopped and stuff, but we'll tell you what we're doing as we go along. Alright guys, we're getting done with these carrots here. The recipe calls for, let's see, 1.5 cups of finely chopped carrots. So that's going to be, we are tripling the recipe, I should have mentioned that. But that calls for 4.5 cups of carrots. So we've got them in here, and I'll admit we had a few extra carrots, so that measuring cup is packed a little. So we're just going to go with what we got as close as we can to the recipe. That's kind of usually how we can. So we got 4.5 cups of packed finely chopped carrots. And we'll go on and get some of these pears and stuff cleaned up, and we'll bring you back when we start on that. Alright guys, what we got going on over here is Tina is peeling and coring out the pears and giving them a quick wash, and then she's sliding them over here, and we're she'll put them on this plate here. I take them to the cutting board, and then although it calls for finely chopped pears, we like to leave ours a little chunky. So what I've got is a colander sitting inside of a large bowl with some cold water in it and some fruit fresh. So, but when we get ready to use those pears, I'll just yank that colander out of there, and it'll bring the pears with it and drain them, and we'll have them for the jam. But you can, if you want, when you're chopping things and you need to get them straight into some fruit fresh, you can set your colander inside a bowl, add water, and do it that way if you need a quick way to strain them. Alright guys, we're getting ready to put the first mix on this recipe. So Tina has got over there in her pan, she has her 1 3/4 cups chopped pineapple with juice times 3. Like I said, we're going to triple the recipe, but I'll call it out in real measurements. 1 3/4 cups chopped pineapple with juice. She's going to add to that her 1.5 cups of finely grated peeled carrots times 3. But it's just going to make for a big old pot of stuff. So, alright, she's going to add her 1.5 cups of chopped cored peeled pears times 3. And like I said, we coarse cut the pears, so we like it a little chunky. Alright, we're going to move on to the 3 tablespoons of lemon juice times 3. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon times 3. 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg times 3. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves times 3. And what we'll do is we'll give that a big old stir. We'll show you what that looks like as she gets it stirred up here.
Smells fabulous.
Smells fabulous. Starting to look even like a little bit like carrot cake. But what we're going to do is we're going to get this over here on the stove, and I believe the next step is just to bring it up to a boil. So we'll get it over on the stove, and we'll bring you back when we get a little bit closer to that. Alright guys, we're back over here at the stove, and we've got our initial mixture up to a boil. I'm going to show you it boiling there. So you bring it up to a boil on high, and then we're going to throw a lid on it now. And I need to stay back. I'm notorious for getting steam on the camera. But we're going to throw a lid on it, back the temperature down, and we're just going to simmer it for about 20 minutes. We're going to stir frequently, but we're going to stir gently so we don't break up all the pear pieces and stuff once they get soft. So you bring it up to a boil, give it a cover, boil it, let it simmer for 20 minutes, stir it lightly, and we'll bring you back when we get to that point. Alright guys, we've had this on a low boil for 20 minutes. We've taken the lid off, and now we're going to whisk in. Now this is awful thick for a whisk, but we're going to whisk in our 6 tablespoons of pectin. If your recipe calls for tablespoons, just know that 6 tablespoons of pectin equals 1 box of powdered pectin. So we're going to whisk in our 6 tablespoons of pectin times 3 for our times 3 recipe. And then we're going to turn the heat up on it and bring it up to a rolling boil. So that's where we are now, and we'll bring you back when we get a little further along. Alright guys, now we've added the pectin and brought it up to a good rolling boil. It's time to add all the sugar at once. And that is a lot of sugar. That is 6.5 cups of sugar, and times 3. And you're going to see some brown sugar going in there too. Now what I'm going to do, we've replaced part of the white sugar with brown sugar, as you know, just because it's our taste with the recipe. But what I'm going to do is in the description of the video, I'm going to put down the actual recipe, and then I'm also going to retype the entire thing again as what we actually did. So there'll be 2 copies of the recipe down there, one for a single batch and one for an altered triple batch. So, but anyway, you add all your sugar at once. We're going to bring this back to a boil. I want everyone to be careful. I'm going to show you something there. That's a nice healthy set of scars. That is when we made the Cushaw butter about a week ago. So when you get this sugar in here and you get this stuff boiling, you be careful with it. So we're going to bring this up to a rolling boil, and we're going to let it roll for 1 minute, and then we're going to be ready to can. Alright guys. Since we're doing everything else different, we're going to bring you back in here and show you something else real quick. We've got all the sugar in here, and we're getting ready to bring this up to a rolling boil so we can start canning. But what you're going to see us do is a little bit different than you've seen us do in the past, but it'll be interesting for sure. When this comes up to a rolling boil, we're going to roll it for 1 minute. Is that right, T? Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to roll it for 1 minute, and then it says to shut the heat off and can it, or skim it and then can it. But what you're going to see us do is take that pan, we're going to set it off on the counter over there. She's going to have her canning stuff all set up to can with the cook pot set off on the counter. I've got this water bath canner here heating up now, and when she moves that pot, I'm going to set a second water bath canner up here on the stove, and we're going to run a dual load. And but anyway, I've got this one good and hot. The first jar she cans up will go in the hot one, and while she's canning, the second one will go ahead and heat up, and then we'll bring them both up to a boil at the same time, and you'll see us do a double batch here on the stove. Alright guys, everything's moving fast here, so you're just going to get a quick look. The canner on the water bath on the right is hot. The one on the left is getting hot. We brought the jam to a boil for a full minute and then set it off. And Tina is working rigorously over here. It'd be hard to get a good angle on her, but she's working rigorously over here to get it canned. But like I said, the first 10 or 12 jars will go over here in this water bath canner while this one heats up, and then we'll start filling this one and we'll run a double batch. Alright guys, one thing, come back in here real quick. One thing I'm inevitably going to get asked is why are we using 2 water bath canners? And I'll go ahead and answer that. Once you add the pectin and sugar, you're going up to a gelling point, and then you're coming back down. But what happens is if I try to cook one batch and keep that hot during the second one, the two batches are cooked differently. One's been cooked longer on the stove, or we had to reheat it to can it. But this way, everything's been heated the same, and it'll spend the same amount of time in the water bath canner, and we'll get consistency through both loads instead of making one wait, 10, 15, 20 minutes while the other one processes in the canner. So we'll just go ahead and run 2 canners, not a problem. But that's why we run 2. All right, guys, we got them all loaded up here. We got 13 half pints in this one, and 8 half pints and 3 pints in this one. So 21 half pints and 3 pints. So that's going to be our yield for this. It should be 18 pints or 18 half pints if I believe from the recipe. But since we altered it, we've got some extra, and we've got a little sample bowl her and I will be snacking on here shortly. So, but there we go. We're going to cover these up, bring them up to a boil. We're going to hold them for 10 minutes. They were canned to 1/4 inch of headspace. But after 10 minutes, we'll take the lids off, let them sit for another 5 minutes, and then we'll pull them out and show you what we got. All right, guys. We're getting these carrot cake jams out of the canner now. And I'm going to bring you in close and give you a good look at them. They look phenomenal. We'll back out here. Let Tina do her thing. But we are getting them out, and I wanted to give you a good look at them while we got them here, and that's probably going to about wrap it up for the video. So just get you a good long look. If you haven't been inspired to start canning, this right here ought to inspire you. So I'll be right back to talk to you. We hope you enjoyed the video, but hang on one second. All right, guys, that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. The jam sure come out nice. We're real happy with it. And while I'm jabbering here, I'm going to put up some links to some of our other canning videos. Seems like every time we put up a canning video, people say they'd like to see some more of them. So we'll throw up some links here in the corner for some other canning videos. But if you like this one, please give it a thumbs up. And down below, leave us a comment. Tell us what you do with your carrot cake jam, how you might make it different. You never know, we might change our recipe too. In fact, we've got some ideas for next time. But I'm going to include that in the description below too. So, like I said, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment down below. Your thumbs up and comments tell YouTube to show our videos to more people, and that's how channels grow, and we could use your help with it. So, and if you like the content here on the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. That's another way we grow. So please hit that subscribe button. Down next to that is a bell. If you hit that bell, YouTube will send you notifications whenever we release a new video. That's a great way to keep up with the channel. So I'm going to let you go. We hope you enjoyed the recipe. We'll catch you in the next one.